we saw the nature of gunas and also who is the Gunatita Purusha. Today we will be seeing three of the names. Ashvatthavriksha-varnana Namah, number 90. Then cchedana-upaayabodhinyai and Trivida Shraddha Swarupa Prakashikaye Namah. In Sanatana Dharma, God is not located in one place or in a particular form. Bhagavan is Sarvavyapi. Sarvavyapi means one who is pervading everything. And so the tradition has been everything is worthy of worship. Sun, moon, rivers, trees, plants, flowers, fire, water, earth. Everything is worthy of worship because in every living being, there is presence of Paramatma. As even you go to a temple, you see the Murti of the Lord, Bhagavan Krishna, for example. It's made of clay, plaster of Paris. So, but when you look at it, you are looking at it as Bhagavan, not plaster of Paris. Right? So, if your American friend had to come into your home and he sees this, hey, he's a nice guy with the flute. It's not a guy, it's God. He has a guy somewhere, but he's not a guy. So for a commoner or a person who does not know, it is somebody, or it can be a beautiful sculpture made of stone or whatever. But you don't look at the stone, you look at Bhagavan. Meaning what? You don't look at the physical aspect of that, but you only look at the core. What it is, who it is. And then when we say, let's say Bhagavan Shiva Swami is there, Shivalinga is there, then you say Shivaya Namaha, Maheshwaraya Namaha, Shambhave Namaha, Pinakine Namaha. So you are giving different names of the Lord. So the Lord is there in that form. So you don't say Stonaya Namaha, Concretaya Namaha. You don't say that. Even though that is stone only there. So your mind is connected to the Lord. Right? So this is understood. So the entire creation is nothing other than his expression. This is uniqueness about Vedanta. It's not God created and he took off on the seventh day. No, God is creation. Jagat and Ishvara are not two different things. Jagadeva Ishvara. So anyway, Jagadishvara, it does not mean Jagataha Ishvara. It is not Lord of the world. Lord is the world. So the discussion here is, if Bhagavan is one, yesterday also we saw that, Bhagavan is one, how this variety came in? Can the Bhagavan become the variety? Can the one become the many? That means what? The original nature of it is lost and is become a many. It is like a milk becoming a yogurt. Then you cannot get back the milk again. After it has become yogurt, you cannot turn it to become milk again. In that way, Bhagavan has become the world and then you cannot get the Bhagavan back. The logical fallacy will come. So, Bhagavan has not become the world. Bhagavan has not created the world. Please pay attention. Bhagavan has not created the world. He has not become the world. He is the world when we say. What it means is he appears as the world. He appears as the world. It is like an artist, an actor. On the stage, he is playing the role of a beggar. He has not become the beggar. And there is no difference between beggar and actor, really speaking. The actor is appearing like a beggar in that context. In another scene, he may be the king. In third scene, he may be a minister. But if he leaving aside all the various character that he plays in the green room, he is what he is. He's not an actor. He's not a character. He's only an actor. Actor means a person. In the same way, we must understand Bhagavan has, that Ishvara had been appearing for us as this world. When we know this, we don't mistake one to be the other. Bhagavan alone is, and the world is his appearance. That's why in Vedanta we call it as Mithya. Mithya means appearance. And we have to be very careful to understand this. There are two words you should know, Satyam and Asatyam. Satyam is what is, Asatyam is what is not. Huh? Are you Satyam or Asatyam? Are you real or unreal? Huh?
I am.
You are real, right? Yes, you are real, actually. What is unreal is never experienced. Like horns on my head. Do you see it? When someplace I asked, they said, not yet. So, horns on my head is unreal. Whereas, I am real. Similarly, Bhagavan Satya Swarupa. Jagat na Satyam na Asatyam. This is to be understood properly. Is world real as God? No. So it is not there? No. Because we experience it. We experience it all right. So in this understanding, every day, at the end of the day, when you go to bed and before you wake up the next day, you go through an experience called dream. Now, upon waking up, can you say it is asatyam? The dream is asatyam? Yes and no also. Why? Because when I wake up, I understand that the dream was not true, but not experienced. You cannot say it is not experienced. Yeah, I experienced it. Therefore, the word mithya comes in. Mithya is, while experiencing, you do not know that it is unreal. Upon waking up, you look back, it is unreal. But because the very fact that you experienced, therefore it has a temporary reality. This temporary reality goes away when you inquire. So you had married in this dream and you had children also. This has happened in the story. If you read this, or if you watch the Upanishad Ganga, Narada was asking this question, what is Maya? Bhagavan Krishna smiles away. Go and get some water for me. You know the story, right? He goes and gets some water and he sees some girls around there. They get very charmed by them. So he was talking to them and one of them very attractive. So said, I want to marry you. She said, go and ask my dad. And he goes to the dad and he agrees to it. And then he gets married. but he's not having any job. So he goes here and there. Finally, he's got children. And then he was suffering poverty, and then he was crying. And one by one, they die. And he was crying and crying and crying. Then Krishna wakes him up. Okay, come on, where is water? Where is my wife? Where are my children? What wife, children? What are you talking? So then he realizes that is smile. The mithya is temporary reality. So when we understand this world, we should understand it as temporary reality. I cannot say unreal because it is experienced. It cannot be real because on inquiry it disappears. On inquiry, it disappears. This is called mithya. So the 15th chapter begins with understanding this world and how to overcome the entanglements and bondages created by this world called samsara. The very word samsara means that which is constantly changing. Samyak sarati iti samsara. Sarati means move. Samyak sarati is constantly moving. What it was yesterday, it is not today. What is today, it will not be tomorrow. जो है आज कल नहीं होगा, कल था भी नहीं. So this nature of the world is a constant movement, change. Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna beautifully puts this as Ashvatthavriksha. You know, many temples when you go, you see the tree, Ashvattha. The very word Ashvattha means na shve tishtati. Ashva. Ashvastha. Shvastha means always the same, always remaining the same. Tomorrow also it will be the same. Shvaha means tomorrow. Staha means stays. Shvastaha means it stays the same tomorrow. Shvastaha, it is not the same tomorrow. This is called Ashvattha. The tree is called Ashvattha. So the entire world is portrayed as a tree, a vriksha, whose name is Ashvattha. So it begins with saying, Urdhva Moolamadarsakam Ashvattam Prahuravyayam Chandam Siyasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit. Any tree must have a root. Without the root, the tree cannot sustain itself, it cannot stay itself. So usually a tree has the roots below and branches above. Correct? But this particular tree called the samsara, the entire jagat world, has got its roots above. Above means what? Bhagavan. Paramat. See, it may be difficult to comprehend that. Let me give a simple example. You have seen family charts. Correct? Where do you put a grandfather below you? Where do you put?
Top.
Meaning what? From there only I came. Great-grandfather will be more, much further more. Or in a organizational chart, where will be there? CEO, top. Then other CFO, COO, CTO. CFO is Chief Fraud Officer. Chief Terrible Officer, etc. Whatever. So all those are all coming. After that, then the manager, the supervisor, this and that comes, right? So the original root should be where? Above. Right? Urdhva Moolam. Urdhva means above. Moolam is above. So the root of this tree called the samsara vriksha or this jagat, the root is Above. Above, it does not mean physically above. It is above all of us. That's what it means. If you say, my boss is above me, where? Where? Above me means he has a greater command over things to whom I am a subservient, or I submit my reports or my duties. So he is above me. He has a higher power, authority, responsibility also. Also, in all the religions, whenever they worship God, what they say? Right? Have you ever seen Bhagavan? Okay, so above means what? Is Sarvajnaha, of the knower of everything, greater power, Sarva Shaktiman, etc. So, Urdhva Moolam. Moolam, root. Urdhvam Moolam. The root is above. Ataha Shakam. Ataha means below. Shakam, the branches. So, branches are below, whereas the root is above. It is a topsy-turvy tree. So that's interestingly where Bhagavan Krishna puts it. Because, and also he says, this you don't see anywhere. You will not see that kind of a thing. So why it is the root above? What is the root here? It says, Kalataha Sukshmatvat. Because in time, it is not known when it started. Kalataha Sukshmatvat. Sukshma means subtle. It is subtle in the terms of time, for we do not know when it all began. Karanatvat, because it is being the cause. So you see the table or a chair, but you cannot understand how the wood became this table. Because the table is nothing but wood only, and the wood is as though hidden inside this table. So, because it is Karanam, it is a cause. Karanatvat Urdhvam. Urdhvam in terms of time, Urdhvam in terms of because being a cause. Cause is always higher than the effect. Subtler than the effect also. So, Kalataha Sukshmatvat, Karanatvat. Then one more thing is Nityatvat. Because it is more permanent. I can break this table, but wood cannot be broken. Meaning wood will remain wood. I can remove the shape of that form. I can dismantle it, but wood will be there. Right? So that Nityam, because Nityatvat Urdhvam. Then Mahatva, it being more powerful. It is not only the cause of this, it is cause of many things. Therefore, Mahatva Urdhvam Uchate. This is how Shankaracharya explains the words. Open up the words, then only we understand how subtle are those expressions. So, Urdhva Moolam Atashakam. So, from that Brahman, supreme reality, which is imperceptible and subtle, and the cause also it is higher in the sense of its abilities and eternal, what came out is this variety of the world. And it is said that the first creation of the Lord, of the Bhagavan, or the creative process, so to say, to expression, in the form of Avyakta Prakriti, Maya, then Mahat, then Ahankaraha, then the Panchabhutas. So this way the entire creation is explained. Why creation is explained in our Upanishads, etc. No, you don't find that in Gita. Reason is because the student is interested to know and realize that other than Brahman, nothing else exists. And so the creation cannot be without his presence. Creation is not independent of God. It is what most of the Semitic religious concepts are. They give reality to the world as well as God. They don't consider world as unreal. The world is real. Body is real. My thoughts are real. My experiences are real. My suffering is real. My happiness is real. Success is real. Joy is real. Whereas Vedanta, you come, it is just one step away from it, saying, none of these things that you are experiencing are real. They have temporary reality. So here, the creation is in the form of a subtle becoming a gross. A subtle aspect becoming more and more perceptible. So it is said that from that Paramatma only, the expression of him came as a space. From the space, air. From the air, fire. From the fire, water. From the water, earth. So it is slowly becoming grosser and grosser and grosser and grosser. Like earth you can see, water you can see, fire you can see, air you cannot. You can feel. Space you cannot even feel. You know. Further subtle, you can only understand. Not that you can see or touch or smell, taste, nothing. So the subtlemost becoming gross is called creation. So the Bhagavan, who is imperceptible, infinite, eternal, all-pervading, becoming a pervading, gross, perceptible, experienceable. This is called the branches coming down. Atashakam, coming down. So anywhere it's a coming down means from subtle to gross. That's why avatar, when Krishna avatar, when he say avataranam means coming down, to coming to our level. Ava means always down. Taranam, to down. Coming down, taranam means to cross actually. So avataranam, avataraha means descendants. So from the subtle to the gross. So therefore, from that very root, which is Brahman, the entire creation happened to appear from subtle to gross. Therefore, the branches that come down for us to have the leaves and the fruits and the flowers, etc., in the upsides of tree is considered as the perceptible presence of the Lord. So, adashakam, shaka iva, as though like that of the branches of a tree. So, asadaha bhavanti iti soyam adashakaha. Then, as I said, Ashvattha is the name of the tree because it is not permanent. Na shve tishtati. Nay, not in the same way it remains the next moment. Therefore, our Gurudev always would say, the best, philosophy all of us should follow is, even this will pass away. Nothing remains the same. Oh, it's beautiful. It is raining. Next day it will be very sunny. Or why do you go that far? Come home only. Your children, oh, it's so cute, so nice. So after when they grow to become teenagers, they don't even listen to you. Much less then you can see them. They will not listen to you. They would not listen. They don't want your advice. One father said to his son, hey, you have become 16. Let us talk something about life. So the boy asked, what do you want to know? So he thinks that dad wants to know more about life from him. So everything changes. People change, their attitude changes, everything. So that's called Ashvattha. Not the same tomorrow. Then Chandamsi. Chandamsi means, so Urdvamu Ulamada Shakam. Ashvattam Prahuravyayam. This very tree is Avyayam Prahuhu. Because the very nature of the origin or the root itself is Avyayam, unchanging. Even though the appearance of the world is constantly changing, but the root is remaining always as changeless. Chandamsi yasya parnani. Parna means leaf. Leaves are chandamsi. Chanda means the rig yajus sama lakshanani. Now, why do the trees have leaves? What is the nature of leaves? Leaves. That's why leaf. Leaf is called leaf because it leaves. During the winter, it leaves. Right? But what is the purpose of the leaf? It sustains the tree. It makes sure the tree gets its required, what you call, energy from the sun and various other, what you call photosynthesis. What is it called? Photosynthesis. All that is happening, and more leaves means more healthy that tree becomes because it takes maximum from the world, from the energy. So in the same way, in this world, in this entire creation, Vedas are considered as sustainers. Rit yajus sama lakshanani. Why achadanat? It covers. Covers means all aspect of our worldly requirements are found to be in the Vedas. We understand Vedas only as rituals. No. Vedas include all aspects. Health, Ayurveda is also a Veda. Dhanurveda is also a Veda. Shilpa Shastra is also a Veda. So everything is covered. Vedas. Bless you. So Vedas are not just rituals or mantras. Vedas are knowledge. On all aspects of the human existence are covered in the Vedas. We only know a few portions of it. But there are many. Metallurgy was there. Shilpa Shastra is there. Ayurveda, health science is there. Structural things are there. Warfare. The chemistry, chemical, math, Arthashastra, the politics, everything is covered. So what do all this knowledge would essentially for? To protect the creation. Like the leaves protect the tree. Chandam siyasya parnani. Yastam veda sa vedavit. Yaha tam veda. One who knows this, he is called Vedavit. He knows it. What he knows? That this entire creation started from the Paramatma, the Brahman, with the power of Maya called Avyakta Prakriti. He had manifested himself as from the subtle to the gross, which are all the branches. And the branches filled with leaves in the form of Vedas, who are given by the Lord himself to protect the creation, to make sure the living beings, all of them, are able to gain what they want through the right knowledge. And see, Vedas reveal what is hidden to us. That's what I said also, Marai. What is hidden from human perception, Vedas reveal it so that you can make use of it. This is what science also does in today's world. What is the science role in our life? What is not known, made known so that we can make use of it for our well-being. Right? So, the same way, Vedas were the science of the ancients. So, they revealed to the Bhagavan, revealed to the masters, this is how you should go about taking care of your world and your life. So, now continuing, the next one he says, Adaschaurdvam prasrudastasya shakaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adaschamulanyanusantadani karmanubandini manushya-loke. Now, further explaining the point, Adaha cha urdhvam cha shakaha prasrudaha. Now, this tree, which is upside down, again, imagine in your mind, the tree's roots are above, branches below. This is explained in the first verse. You know, in Chennai, for example, if you go to the Adayar area, there was a tree. Now I think it is no more. For a long time it was there. Where the branches coming down becomes the root. Because the tree is so big, I think it is, I do not know what is the size of the
500
square meter or something.
5 meters.
So huge it was, because it cannot, with the simple one root, it cannot remain. So what happens? It spreads in this way, and the branches become the root. In the same way, the roots above also goes, not only coming down. Adascha urdhvam, adaha down, urdhvam above. So the branches go both ways. Adascha urdhvam prasdas tasya shakaha, tasya vrikshasya shakaha. The branches of this tree are not only going down, they're going up also. This is a beautiful simile he creates. What does it mean? Manushyadipyo yavat stavaram brahmanaha visvasujodama iti edantam shakaha. These very branches, which are Vedas, are capable of not only making you able to live effectively in this world, also it will take you to Brahman. Go to the root. Vedas are not only for sustaining your life in this world, but also will give you rituals or the mantras or the sadhanas which can take you towards the root also. So how symbolically he puts it, the branches go above also. It can take you to the root. So that is why it is said, Adaha and Urdhvamcha. Brahmanaha Vishvasujodama. It will take you to Brahmadama. It will take you to the abode of the Lord also. So therefore, Shakaha Prasrudaha Pragataha. And these shakas or the branches are filled with varieties of twigs. Branches have twigs also. These twigs are none other than guna. As we saw yesterday. The varieties of qualities are there. So if you see in a branch, there are smaller, bigger twigs are there, and from there only the leaves and flowers will come out. In the same way, gunaha, our qualities, sattva, rajas, tamobihi, pravruddhaha, stuli kradaha, upadana budaihi. This way, the ankuras are created by the gunas. And then, Vishaya Pravalaha. From there, all the objects of the senses also come to manifest. See, in this world, everything that is available to you is not for everybody. Isn't it? I often give this example. Let us say I'm coming out of the airport, and in India, and if you go to Bombay airport, when you're coming out after the migration, there's a rows and rows of this, duty-free shops are there. Mostly it is liquid spirituality. Told you yesterday also. But I walk through without paying any attention to that, because that is not my intention or my desire to drink that. I cannot say it for all of you, right? So you may stop there for an hour also. And when you drink that, you're duty-free. You don't do anything. All the duties are free. So do you mean to say, so you should not be there? I cannot say that. Why? Because it is meant for somebody else, not for me. That doesn't mean I should hate it also. It is not for my personal pleasure. It is not necessary for me. So I don't care. For all others who are interested, yes, let them have it. So the world has everything. In Bhagavan's creation, he creates or he manifests himself available for all different creatures what they need. What you eat, the ant on the grassland, they will not eat jalebi. Oh, they never want. Maybe it is looking for sugar only. Pav bhaji. Well, it eat. No, it won't eat. It is not meant for that. It will eat some leaves, some flowers, some small insects maybe. You eat that? No, you won't. So, Bhagavan's creation is meant for not only you. It is creation for everyone. You go to a mall, it doesn't mean that you have to buy everything. Tirumal, Perumal. You go to So you may probably go there to the mall, not for you want to buy something and you buy and come out. All other things in that you need not buy. That is a danger about window shopping. Understand? You may not buy, but the mind is going, okay, it's available in this shop at this price, and in this shop at that price. And then you close your eyes, everything comes around. So, in this creation, it is not that everything is for everybody. Bhagavan makes sure that all his creations, all his living beings that are created according to their vasanas are given their field to experience. So, therefore, Vishaya Pravalaha, all the various Pravalaha, Vishayaha, Shabdadayaha Pravalaha, Iva, Dehadi Karma Palebhya Shakabhya Angikuri Bhavanti. They are the ones which are creating the different flowers, various kinds of manifestations which are so beautiful according to their individual taste. And so, Adaschavurdvam Parsadas Tasya Shakaha Guna Pravruddha Vishaya Pravalaha Adaschamulani Anusantadani. So, the karmani, various actions that are prescribed by the Vedas are those which are sustaining the entire creation done by the individuals also. Now, if, let us say, after the satsang, when you are going to have your lunch or prasad, different people brought different things probably. And again, you got the things done because of the store brought some ingredients. You went to the Trader Joe's or somewhere else and you got your rice or vegetables or whatever is in it. Now, you do not know the source. Where did the rice come from? Which part of the world? Nowadays, it is part of the world only. Some from Thailand, some from Australia, some from this. At least when we were growing up, we know actually where it came from. Now we don't know which part of the world it came from. One beans maybe from Japan, another one from the China. So you do not know where, what is come from. So we are international food cuisine only we are having. So the actions done by the individual does not remain only with the individual. My action has an effect to disturb or influence or benefit many, many people in the world, which I don't even know. So, the karmas, the actions performed in the world by Manushyas are not meant for the individuals only. It is for the sustenance of the entire creation. So, Bhagavan works through the individuals. He doesn't work outside him. That's why it's called Antaryami. In all other religions, God is worshipped as somebody outside, no? And does things from outside. Bhagavan never does that. Here, in the Ishvara concept in Vedanta, he's always within and starts working. So, current is within the light or outside the light? Is the bulb lit up light, is it from within or outside? So even as you take a matchstick and then light that lamp, the sustenance of the lamp comes out of what? The ghee or the oil, it is already absorbed. That is what is sustaining that light. External source only a starter. But sustenance of that lamp or the flame is because of the ghee, it is already inside. In the same way, Bhagavan's creation is such that his creation sustains itself by himself working from within. So here, adascha amulani anusantadani karmaphala janita ragadveshadi vasanaha mulani. And individuals engaging in action, not all of them do the same thing. According to my vasana, I will do what I am doing. According to your vasana, your impressions, you do what you do. So you are here, our husband is not here, let us say. Why? He is watching some baseball game. That is his vasana. Is it not? So I asked one lady, where is your better half? She said, I'm better off. That is his vasana. Let him do whatever he wants to do. So that's why he says, vasanaha mulani iva dharma adharma pravritti karanani. According to the individual's vasanas, their pravritti, their activities are according to that dharma or adharma. We do not know. Because Ravana also is lived in the same place where Rama lived. Kamsa also lived in the same planet or earth where Krishna also lived. Is it not? And their activities and what they do is maybe adharma. And Bhagavan, what he established as dharma. Where Pandavas were there itself Duryodhanas were there. I mean, the Kauravas. It is the same family itself. Dharma dharma pravritti karanani avantara bhavinitani anusantadani anupravishtani. Meaning they, according to their action, and the results will come thereafter. Karma anubandhini manushya-loke. So therefore, everybody is bound by dharma dharma ityadi karmas. So individuals in their individual field of action, sustaining in this world, engage in their world according to their own vasanas. And some of them may be doing the right thing, and others may not be doing the right thing, but they are also necessary for balancing the whole thing. Otherwise, all the police will have no job. Huh? The department has to be closed down. Why? There is no criminal. Why should I pay for you? So they are also there to make sure that that department is profitably running. Right? That has to be profitably running. Today, I was looking at something. The first thing that came, in the, some news item. Weed available by mail. Weeds are weeds. Right? Weed. Take you to the height. So it's available now. It's as an advertisement and it comes on your... think about the weak-minded people, want to escape from the immediate problems of life. For them, the easiest service, order it, comes to your home by mail, open it, take it, and you're high. So, can you say it should not be there? You may not want it. Somebody wants it because without that they cannot sustain, let us say. And because that person, such people are there, then there are people who are planting it also, marketing it also. It is there. What can you do? This is called democracy. Democracy. Now, having explained this beautiful vriksha called samsara, the whole creation which is manifestation of the Lord, the way we see the varieties of it, where the roots are above, branches below, all these explanations, Bhagavan Krishna immediately says, you don't see it. Na rupamasyeha tato palabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishta na rupamasya. This form which I explained, you won't see it. Na rupamasya iha tada upalabhyate. In the same way as I have explained, is not available for you to comprehend. Meaning, in your mind, when you look at the world, you don't see the upside down. When you look at this world, you understand the root is above, Brahman. And his branches are here below. And this is the Vedas are the sustaining powers. And the individual human beings are those, according to their vasanas, engaging in their different fields of activities, supporting each other is the way the world is continuously going on. And all of us, according to our vasanas, we engage in the world. And you cannot change the people easily. You cannot change somebody else's vasanas unless that person comes to know it is an impediment, an obstacle for his own growth. He has to overcome by himself by correct knowledge and changing the way of living. Narupamasya. It is na antaha. There is no end to this. Narupamasya tata upalabhyate na cha antaha na adihi. There is no beginning and end you will find. Because any manifestation does not have to have a temporal beginning. Creation has no beginning actually in Vedanta. It's a constant manifestation. After you wake up from your dream, can you tell me where exactly it started? Actually, dream started with my birth. No, it is not like that. End you will know, but the beginning you will not. So here, there is no beginning, there is no end. Nacha antaha na adihi. And sampradishta abhi, sthiti abhi na. Meaning, it doesn't remain in the same way for a long time also. So, Bhagavan here says, this Prakriti is, in other words, anirvachaniya. It is impossible to explain, but you will experience it. You go on trying to understand it. Maya is such a wonderful thing. It's like a magician who is performing a magic. You will experience entertainment. In fact, this is the only place where you give them money to get fooled. Is it not true? You give him money. Now fool me. No, I didn't call. Alexa something. So here, this Prakriti or Maya is not something which can be easily understood, but we experience it. Understand that way only. Therefore, it is called Anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniya means indescribable. The way I've explained, as Krishna says, is for you to know that the root is Brahman. Manifestation is variety in this way. This is the first topic is over. Ashvatthavriksha-varnana Namah. Next one is, now how will you overcome the bondage created by this samsara? I understood this samsara vriksha is there. Everywhere around me. Continuously, I am part of it. Now, how do I overcome this samsara vriksha? Samsara vriksha cchedana-upaayabodhinyai. Upaya, method. For what? Cchedana-upaya. Chetana means to cut, to destroy, to remove. How do I overcome this Prakriti, Maya, which in and out is there to hold me? Meaning, see, somebody would say, I'm not bound. I'm free. I'm free. I can say what I want. I can go wherever I want. I can spend what I want. And in this world, I have the freedom of expression, etc. All these things are. Why are you saying it is a bondage? I don't feel any bondage. See, in everything is going well, you don't see the bondage. Things are going sixes and sevens, not the way you want. Now, when your physical body is healthy, also you don't even know that the body is there. But when body started to make its own noise, not you make it. So, when you walk, nowadays there's so many metals are put, by every part it can be replaced. So it makes so much of noise, and everything that is externally put, after some time it loses its, sustainability also. And you cannot get up, you cannot sit down, you cannot walk. So then you will say, oh my God, what a terrible thing it is. And this is at the physical now. The people around you also, Some people who are, you may think they are very dear, very understanding, and they do the opposite. They misunderstand you more than understanding. And they argue with you more than accepting you. So when these things happen, only you realize, no, what kind of a life we are leading here? What is it for? So how do I come out of, I cannot change. I cannot change my body. Nowadays they also do that, but I'm born this and this is what I have to live with. And then people around whom I am born with or whom I are parents, etc. And then even if I got married, I made a mistake, but I cannot change it right now. So many things are there. So this creation is as though like a condition. How do I overcome this? So Bhagavan here explains that. Ashvattamenam suviruda moolam asanga shastrena dridena chitva. Ashvattamenam, this tree called Ashvattha, suvirudam, which is well rooted. Moolam is suvirudam. It is well rooted to be what it is. Ashvattamenam suviruda moolam ashanga sastrena. There is only one weapon you have got, Shastra. It's called Asanga. So Asanga word means Nasanga. Literal meaning is detachment. But then that is an alarming word for people. Gee, what is detachment? So Gurudev always would say, detachment is changing your attachment. Simple as that. Whatever you are attached now, change it. Admi se Bhagavan ko, Atman ko. Admi se Atman. From merely me and my own things, you start shifting your attention to his and his creation. He and him, then me and mine. If that shift takes place, it's not mine, it is Bhagavan's. I don't own it, he owns it. When you shift the attention, suddenly you will find you are free of it. I always give this example. One man was there, he owned a house and the next house also. And one middle of the night, he happened to hear some noise and he opened the window. He found that the other house he owned is in fire, caught fire. He had 3 children and boys. He woke them up all. And come on, let us, put the fire out. Come on, all of you. And then he woke up all of them and then started to run here, there. And he was so agitated. One fellow started to call the fire department. Another fellow started to draw water. Another fellow, started to gather some, sand and to throw it. So the third fellow was standing there, was not doing anything. So, what are we standing like this? Let us do something before the fire brigade comes. Daddy, I have to tell you one thing. What is there to tell? Get into action. 1 week back, you sold the house. You remember? Yeah. Let the fire department come. Because not owned by me anymore. No, you may probably put out the fire, but not with the same agitation. Why? Merani. If your child is making a mistake, you get upset. The neighbor's child, you enjoy it. He's too proud of his child. Better than that. Now, this detachment is what? Not mine. But I cannot at once reject it. So, mera nahi hai, Bhagavan ka. The moment you realize that you don't own it anymore, it is Bhagavan's creation, he knows what to do. I will do my best. Not that you stop doing. You do your best. But you are not agitated or anxious about what happens. Because ye uska hai, na? Bhagavan ka srishti hai. This is his world. I will do my part as best as I can. Let the rest of the thing, let him do it. Now, it may look to you that, oh, how is that possible, Swami? Now, you all had breakfast or not?
Yes.
Okay. What are you doing to digest that?
Nothing.
It means you're not digesting? कौन कर रहा है वो? Who is doing it?
Body.
Body is doing it, sir. Bhagavan says, actually, I'm doing it. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamasrita Chadurvidam Annam Pachami. I am actually digesting 4 kinds of food. Whatever you put, the meat, pizza, and then this and that, so many things you put inside you. And you don't care about it. After eating, do you care about that? Is it not? It is going on. So what you don't do, he does. This rain, you do it. This grass growing, you're doing it. The flowers that are coming out, are you doing it? Your hair growing or not growing, you are doing it. Nails are growing, are you doing it? You are getting old, are you doing it? No, which one you are doing, you tell me? We cause only problems in the world. Everything is done by the Lord through the Prakriti. Is it not true? Just look at it. How Swamiji, it is so difficult to make children grow. You are not doing a thing. It grows by itself. What are you doing? You give them good samskaras. That's all you need to do. You don't need to pull their leg every day. Come on, grow. You give the proper food and proper values, education. That's all you can. The rest of the 99% of the things are done by the Lord only. So where is attachment coming from? Attachment is a notion that this is the source of my joy and I don't want to lose it. That is attachment. So asanga shastrena, with the weapon called detachment, this is to be understood correctly. That's what I'm trying to say. Detachment is not, I don't care. No, I do my best, but I don't get anxious about it. Because his work, he is doing it. He knows what to do. That ability to shift your attention from getting attached to things, then from that, I'll do my best. It is Bhagavan's creation. I'm created to make the best out of me for this world. Do that. Don't be anxious. So that's why asanga shastrena dridena chitva tadapadam tat parimargitavyam. Only when you do this, you will reach to the Lord's abode. Ashvattamenam suvirudamolam asanga shastrena Paramatma abhimukhya nischaya dridikridena punah viveka abhyasa ashma nishtitena. Yes. Abhyasashma nishtitena. Ashma nishtitena means the sharpened sword. Nishtita means sharp. So the sharpened sword of viveka. Discrimination clearly. This is what is the reality, and this is called mithya, the unreal nature of this world, and I am not going to be disturbed by the temporary mithya nature of the world. Even in the temporariness, I should look at what is permanent. Bhagavan is a permanent. All other things are only temporary. And about temporary things, I should not get attached to. If you get attached to the temporary nature of the fall of the hair, you have to put more attachment. So understand, reduce your attachment as much as possible. What we do is, children are gone, so I want more dogs. You karte ho. In attachment, reduce it. No? But you want to add it more. No company. I'm feeling very lonely. If Gurudev used to say, if you can't enjoy your own company, think about how much people are suffering. If I can't enjoy my own company, how others will enjoy? So, this way, Bhagavan Krishna, tatapadam tat parimargitavyam. Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyah. You must reach that point after cutting aside this vriksha with again, it's imaginary, right? It's not physically you take a sword and start around. This vriksha called, the world with this word called asangata, detachment. Having done that, you are free from the entanglements of the world. You reach abode of the Lord, where there is no return. Tatapadam tat parimadikavyam yad gatva na nivartanti bhuyah. Tameva chadyam purusham pravatye yada pravrittihi pratada prani. So one must seek that from where everything has come to manifest. Nirmana moha jita sanga doshaha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha tvandir vimukta sukha dukkha samnyaihi gacchantya mooda padamavyayam tad. So those who have come not overcome not only this external attachment, internal attachment also. We are attached to our own pet ideas and thoughts and opinions and our own way of doing things and asserting others to do the same way. All these are all also attachments. We are more attached to our thoughts than physical things. If somebody doesn't agree with us, how much we get disturbed. If it doesn't see the way I say, how much we get disturbed. So even thoughts, nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama. These are all the characteristics of the people who can overcome the entanglements or conditions of the vriksha called the world. Now the last topic which we take today is Trivida Shraddha Swarupa Prakashikaye Namah. 3 kinds of Shraddha. To do anything which we do not know before, we need faith in something. So, our life cannot be smooth unless we have faith in something higher than us. A child, for example, she comfortably sits on the mother's lap because she has the faith my mother will protect me. Is it not? It won't go and sit in neighbor's lap. Why? Because I'm not sure. Right? When you get into the flight and buy a ticket and get into the flight, you go and open the cockpit and find out. Show me your license. No, you believe that the fellow who is there in the cockpit knows how to do it. Then our life will be standstill if we don't have Shraddha. Faith in one form or the other is necessary for us to move ahead in our life. Otherwise, every time you doubt, samshayatma vinashyati. A man of doubt will perish. So Bhagavan Krishna says, Shraddha is avashyakam. In any progress, there is a need for Shraddha, faith. So here, Arjuna is asking the question, those people who are believers in the people who are advising them, Danda Shastra. Ye Shastra vidim utsrijya yajante shraddhayan vitaha tesham nishta ka Krishna sattvamaho rajastamaha. Those people who have no access to the scriptures, but they are following the words of people who are, people who advise them. What is that kind of a Shraddha? Is that Sattvika Shraddha, Tamasic or Rajasic? What is it? We saw yesterday about what is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc. Bhagavan says, Sattvanurupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata. And also he says, Shraddha Mayoyam Purushaha Yoya Shraddha Sayevasaha. Meaning, our mind or thoughts that happen in our mind is usually circling around what we believe in. Is it not? So, if a teenager is there in the same place where you and I are now discussing, his belief is not believing in the scriptures, etc. Do you think his mind is here? He may be sitting, but the mind is not here. Why? His belief is what? I'm wasting my time. The game is going on and I am not seeing that. My friend is waiting. My mother had unnecessarily pulled me here. So, where is your thought? Where your Shraddha is? Where is your Shraddha? Which gives you what you want? You know? My faith is located there where I get what I want. And my thoughts will hover around that only. Somebody has a Shraddha in money. Somebody has faith in the political power. Somebody has belief in one's own ability. Somebody believes in something else. And so thought is only on what you have faith in. Shraddha mayoyam purushaha yah shraddha sayeva saha. Whatever is your faith, that is what you are. In other words, where you get what you want, that is where your faith is. According to faith, your thought is. Where your thought is, there is what you are. You may be physically here, but you are with your thoughts. Where is your thought? What you believe in. What you believe in, what gives you what you want. See, if I go to a temple, and I go to a particular temple, let's say Bhagavan Shiva or Bhagavan Vishnu, and every day I pray, I don't get what I want. Then next day Hanuman. In Hinduism, we have variety also, right? Monday you can go to Shiva, Tuesday you can go to Ganesha, Wednesday you can go to Krishna. Because when you don't get what you want wherever you want, then you change. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, whoever be the Lord you are worshipping, actually it is coming from you only. They don't know that. So obviously, whichever be the form of God you worship, the more you get out of it, the more faith comes. See, this is why most of the religions, they try to hold their congregation to their own system of thinking or prayers, etc. Why? Because they have to, that's why they give money and whatever benefits so that you believe in this. You believe in this particular form of God. We'll give you whatever. We will give you house also. We'll give you money also. Why? Hold him there. Then only they can become fatty. Anyway. So, I'm talking about religious perception here, but in other aspects also. If you are interested in a particular brand of coffee, it gives you the satisfaction. Then you go for that only again and again. Another brand you may have to try, and it has to supersede the experience of the previous one. Then only you will go change the brand. Otherwise, you will no. Peach. I want only. What is that? No, that in Canada there is one. No, that's not. Tim Horton. If you go and talk to them about Starbucks, they'll get upset. What do you mean? Useless. Why? Because Shraddha. Again, their faith is that. My experience is good there. Anyway, so Bhagavan Krishna says, Yo yash shraddha sayeva saha. Now the question raised by Arjuna is, which one do you think that if a person does not believe in the scriptures but goes by what is advised to him or her, what do you call that as? Is it really Shraddha? Is it that it will take them to the higher points? So Bhagavan says, first of all, when a person believes in doing some worship, what kind of a God he worships is very important. Sattvic people worship gods which are sattvic by nature. They are the very embodiment of knowledge, compassion, love, grace, etc. So then it becomes sattvic. On the other hand, people who are worshipping gods which will give them money, power, position, authority, then it is rajas. And there are, in our olden, ancient time, there are different kinds of gods are also there. So Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Ityadi, they are Sattvika Devata, Kubera, Yama. These are all Rajasic ones. They are all givers of powers, money, wealth, authority, strength, physical or political or very other strength. They are Rajas. There are others who worship ghosts and goblins, because they worship these kind of wild ones. Pretaha. Here he gives explanation. Pretaha. They're called Echa Pretan Vipradayaha Swadharmat Prachudaha Dehapada Dhurtamam Vayaviyam Dehamapannaha. After leaving the body, the spirit, until it reaches the next point, they will be roaming around. They have powers in the form of they can do things which the human, other living beings cannot do. So, having access to them and making them as the means to attack someone, trouble somebody, these are also there. So, those who are worshippers of those kind of things, they're called tamasic. They are tama and sick. That's a tamasic. So, they are very sickly. So, these are also. So, again, where is your Shraddha? Or you want sattvic result out of the worship, or rajasic result out of the worship, or tamasic result of accordingly you choose what God you are worshipping also. Then comes the most important, food. The food, and she immediately got up straightened up. Ayus sattva bala arogyam sukha preeti vivardanaha rasya snikta stira hridya ahara sattvika priyaha. It is two kinds. Those people who are sattvic like this food, and also if you eat this food, you can probably increase your sattva. What are those? Ayu, satya, bala, arogya, sukha, preeti, vivardanaha. Those who are enhancing your lifespan. Ayuhu. Those who are enhancing your sattva, the pravritti, the thought of sattva. Those who enhance your physical strength positively. Those who bring about your health, arogya. Those who bring joy to your heart. Love and compassion in your heart. These kind of food are considered as sattva. So, by eating, if you become lethargic, tired, exhausted, or you become painful, unhappy, gongura chutney. So you eat, the whole body reacts to it. They are not sattvic food. Why? Katu, amla, lavana, atyushna, atikshna, ruksha. These are all the qualities of rajas. Aharaha, rajasasi ishtaha, dukkha shoka amaya pradaha. They create pain, shokam, grief. So at that point you may like it because that's you have been eating. Katu means bitter. Amla is pungent, or what do you call that? Sour. Lavana, salt. Ati ushna, extremely hot. Ati ruksha, extremely dry. Ati tikshna, intense in all aspects. Intense spice, intensely bitter, intensely hot. These are all the food liked by the rajasic people, and that will create only more rajas in your body. Rajas means extrovertedness. Yata yamam gatarasam puti paryushitam chayat uchishtamavich ametyam bhojanam tamasapriyam. Yata yamam means this. Any food past 3 hours after cooking is tamas. Swamiji, finish. Nothing I can eat now. Because I know that today is the potluck. I cooked yesterday night itself. Yata yamam nahi. Dinayatam. One whole day is over. Some people, my husband do not know how to cook, therefore I'm going for 1 month to India. 1 month they cook and keep it there. Hey, Baba. Mahatamas. put some rice and some vegetables and then put it there, it'll cook in half an hour. That is more healthier than sticking it out and putting it inside the journal. My God, you're making your husband not only lazy, but also useless. Useless. And making more tamas only. And ask him to teach some few things, finish. So this is tamas. Tamas. So that means what? It creates more and more lethargy, laziness, sleepiness. Yatayamam gatarasam. There's no taste at all. Now, if you look at most of the food, we don't add masala only to make tasty. Even the vegetables that you get, how long it has been traveling from Australia to here. So, and then by the time it reaches your home, at least 2.5 months old. Multiple immigrants check, and it is sitting in the ship for 1 month. So, food also is causing. So, it is said in Chandogya Upanishad, anything that you eat, food that you eat, the grossest portion becomes your ficus. The subtlemost portion becomes your mind. The food that you eat, the gross aspect is become the gross, an evacuated one. The subtlemost becomes your mind. So what you eat, also part of it becomes your mind. Similarly, water you drink, Chandogya Upanishad, water you drink, the grosses become mutram. The subtle becomes your breathing. Think about it. They were talking about H2O. When? In the Upanishad. Water is oxygen. Prana. They say that subtlemost water is prana. Think of it. How do they know? How do they know that it is oxygen, H2O? When? Chandogya Upanishad. Similarly, oil, which is fire. The subtlemost portion of the oil is speech. So these are the descriptions given in the Upanishads. So what you eat is not just, I've explained that in that book also, the book which we are selling. What you are, what you eat. In that book, one of the topic is that. More details are there. So this is how Upanishads and Gita also talks about what is sattvic food, that which gives you health, gives you longevity of life, gives you physical strength, joy, compassion in your heart, creating more sattvic thoughts. That is sattva. Where it is extremely pungent, extremely salty, hot, spicy, and agitates your mind. That is rajas. Makes you dull, deluded, lazy, which is cooked and kept for a long time and then you consume. It has lost its taste. Paryushitam also means they become stale. This liquor and all those things, they put it under the ground and so long and older, it is greater. Oh, this 100-year-old wine. And you drink also. Anyway. So, and action also considered 3 types. Those who are not seeking the result of their action for themselves but doing the best, that is called sattvic action. Those who are already thinking about the result of action and with that anxiety when they do the action, it is called the rajasic action. And when action or the rituals performed without following any particular norms and the rules and disinterestedly, disrespectfully doing is called tamas. These are also said to be 3 kinds of shraddha, determining 3 kinds of actions. Similarly, charity that you give is also of 3 types, where charity is not an option. Whatever is given to me by Bhagavan, I have the responsibility to share with others. Dhatavyam iti yad dhanam diyate pratyupakarine, anupakarine, without thinking about what I will get out of it. But dhatavyam, to be given, to be shared. That is called deshe kalecha patresa, at the correct time and place to the correct person. That is called sattvika dhanam. And then one who is giving only with an intent, what do I get out of this person? Even charity is given as a business deal. If I give this, I think when I go, so many times, when you give for birthday of somebody, so then my birthday, by the way, my birthday is on this day. Okay, when I'm giving, making sure that you note your calendar. One person went to his friend, sorry, I couldn't come to your, marriage, So I'm very sorry I couldn't come and participate. I want to give you a gift. Anyway, next time I'll give you. That is for sure. You will be changing. I will give it for next marriage. I will give you. Anyway, so always thinking about what do I get. That kind of a charity is called rajasic. Diyate cha pariklishtam taddanam rajasam. And even giving, there is no joy in that. Some people don't go to the marriage because they have to give something. They didn't invite me. Very good. Thank God. If I go there, then I have to give something. And the tamasic one is adesha kale yadhanam apatrebhyascha diyate. Not giving at the right time and place and to the right people. Not thinking about this when you give. That is called tamasic. Asakritam avajnadam tat tamasamuda. So you do not give at the right place, at the right time, for the right purpose, then it's called tamasic charity. This way, Bhagavan explains in detail how faith plays a role in different aspects of our life. And that way, he had explained Trivida Shraddha Swarupa Prakashikaye Namaha. So, Gita explains these and more. So, these talks are in the YouTube. So, whatever I've completed so far, it's all there. It's around 25, 30 at all. It's now more. 10 more are there. So, you can watch. Chinmaya LA channel. Okay. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.